Florida Atlantic man Greg Joseph ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Mexico City. This fielded right at the goal line. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Now we'll see what the right arm of Dak Prescott has in store as the Dallas Cowboys offense sets up shop.
And how about the toughness of Dak Prescott? We see it all the time on the field. And remember when he had that serious ankle injury, would he return to form? Boy, did he ever. And he was better than ever, and that's great for the NFL. Terrific resilience, playing at a high level, capable of winning a championship with his arm and his legs.
A run there on first down and a pretty good one at 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
They go to Elliott again. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. An early task, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Well, didn't get it by much, but bottom line got the first down. Avoiding that 3 and out. How vital is that on the first drive?
To me, it's like the first round of a boxing match. You know, it may not mean much right then and there, but you'd rather not lose it, right? So you want to go ahead and get it, kind of establish something early, and hope it can carry through.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Inside give to Elliott. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. On play action, Prescott. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on 3rd down. And 3rd down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and it will be Vikings ball 1st and 10. Minnesota's offense and QB Kirk Cousins set to go here.
And one nice thing you can always say about Kirk Cousins is that he's consistent. Always puts up nice numbers each and every year. If there is a downside to his game, it's been the lack of playoff success. All in all, though, a formidable starting quarterback at a time in the league where it's tough to find your franchise guy.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they've got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They go play action. Cousins steps away. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
Well, only 3 plays in here, but really, Charles, a solid start for this offense. And now we'll see if they can continue their mission to end this drive in 6.
And I wonder if their play caller right now is reflecting on that last big play that they've had on this drive. Do you come back with something similar, or do you have a counter to it to kind of show it and go to something else and create another big play?
On play action, Cousins rolling to his left. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Cousins now. Complete. Jefferson the target. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. Again, it's Cousins. And that is incomplete. This Cowboy defense looked ready for that 3rd down pass. Brings up 4th.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
4th down, field goal try coming, so Cousins is off, and on comes Greg Joseph from Minnesota.
Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. And it bangs off the left upright and deflects away. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. So plenty of leg, but it's the accuracy there that lets him down.
Yeah, he hit it really well. I think this might have been good from 55, but you'll see it just conk off that upright, and they're denied a chance at 3 points.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. No score after 1 on EA Sports. First down, Prescott. Prescott stripped, but I believe a Cowboy was there to get it. He was, and Dallas will maintain possession.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
The fumble on first down. Now here's 2nd down. Now Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver.
And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Daniil Hunter, that is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
He's certainly one of those quarterbacks that can burn you with his mobility, but that time able to hem him in and get him to the ground.
Perfect descriptor right there about how they kept him in the pocket. Excellent job of containment, but they were still able to continue to bring such strong pressure without letting him escape. But how about those guys in the secondary as well? Kept the coverage tight, plastered to the receivers, and left no real options for him to throw it downfield.
On is the punter, Brian Anger, to kick this one away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive. Missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you know, you've put something out there, you've given yourself a chance, you're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the posts. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack.
Micah Parsons showing off that elite athleticism as he gets the sack.
What a quick start to the drive, but not for the team that really needed it. In only a few seconds, the opposing QB found himself on the turf, and the defense is celebrating 2nd and long.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Another try after the 1st down sack. Cousins.
Throw caught there by Osborne.
1:58 left to play till we hit halftime.
We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st.
3rd down, Dalvin Cook. And he's not going to sniff the 1st down here. He stopped at the 25. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
So on 4th down, Ryan Wright on to punt for Minnesota.
Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty. This is one of the dangers of going for the punt block.
And you know before you even call going for the block, it's a risk-reward play. So many factors come into it. They went after it, and you know punters, what they do? They leave their leg up in the air an extra count or two, hoping someone comes into contact.
A 1st down throw for Cousins. Setting up the screen for Cook. No gain on the screen there at 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. Cousins trying to get his guys up to the line of scrimmage quickly. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And that's incomplete. Dalvin Cook is running back, the intended target. And that'll make it 3rd down.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
incomplete pass on second down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Throw left side complete. That's Osborne. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Cousins on first down. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Cousins again. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. Cousins.
Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. To the air again, it's Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Here's Cousins.
Adam Thielen, back-to-back catches. Oh, he's brought down, and remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick.
Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number 1. So plenty of action on the field, but no action right now on the scoreboard, at least as of yet. 0-0 is our score. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, BG, thanks very much. And welcome one and all to our beautiful new downtown Orlando studios for this EA Sports Halftime Report. This one's been a defensive stalemate. No scoring in that first half whatsoever. But a breakthrough can't be too far off. And for the start of the second half, let's get you right back out to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
So no scoring in our first half. What will the second half bring as we are now back underway?
And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. And the Vikings set to go on offense to begin the third quarter. And Charles, a scoreless first half. How does that change how you assess things here moving forward?
Well, it doesn't change it a whole lot because remember, it's still scoreless, which means you're starting from 0 again, so you just have one half to play instead of 2. What I would look at my play sheet, though, and see is something that maybe loosens things up for my guys, gets a smile on their faces, and gets them going to begin the second half. Well, as we all know, possessions are crucial in a tie game, and let's face it, I really didn't need to tell you that. You already knew it. So when he sees he's got nothing good going, an excellent decision to just send that one to the sideline.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Cousins, his throw incomplete.
Well, after incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Cousins to throw it. And he'll just get rid of it.
So a stop here defensively to start this third quarter. Just what's needed in a tie ball game.
Yeah, good chance to build back some momentum on the defensive side of the ball. In fact, what they've done is give their offense a nice push in the back as they get ready to take the field.
Now here's Ryan Wright now
as he's on to punt for Minnesota. Fielded just inside the 30. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He finds his man, complete. It's Schultz.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. A good gain on 1st. Has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the 1st down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Prescott looks to throw on 1st. He'll find Lamb. That's complete.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Elliott. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Again, it's Elliott. And he's going to be stopped just short of the 1st down marker at the Vikings 30. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd-and-1 situation.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
On 3rd down, Elliott. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Prescott. Steps away to his left.
That is caught by Lamb. Yeah, the Cowboys are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal. Now Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Cowboys have moved out in front here in the final minute of the 3rd quarter.
Well, these two teams battled through a scoreless first half. Finally, a breakthrough here in quarter number 3.
And I just wonder how that played for both of them psychologically, because when you battle through a scoreless first half, now you know that every possession is increasingly crucial. Who can put points on the board, make the other team chase? Wonder if you get a lift and if they get deflated a little bit.
Brett Maher on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. Following the touchdown, here's Maher to kick it away.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Vikings ready to go again on offense. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
Exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now Cousins here on the bootleg.
He's going to find Jefferson open downfield.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Play fake. Cousins.
And he's got this to Jefferson.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going, so you know I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage. Throw another play at them while you've got them rocked on their heels.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
They're looking at a 2nd and 8 now from the 10. Cousins. This will be caught at about the 6. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Throwing is Cousins. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So the failure to convert no doubt really hurts, but this one's not over. A good chunk of time on the clock and the timeouts.
Yeah, not only do they have the timeouts, as you just noted, they're going to get an extra one with the 2-minute warning. And that's going to help in big way. So in a sense, they have 4 timeouts in their pocket. The big thing, stopping them on defense now. They can't let them get a first down and make them use their timeouts and get a fresh set of downs. They've got to stop them right here. And if so, they've still got an opportunity.
You know, I was going to ask you if maybe they should surprise and pass the ball, but where they're at on the field, I think keep it on the ground, right?
I like where you're going with this one because field position is going to determine these play calls. And backed up where they are, I don't even think about putting the ball in the air. I tell my running backs, grasp the football, and I tell my offensive line, don't allow any leaks so they get hit immediately when we hand it off.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Elliott going to get it again on 2nd down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the 4th. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. After the penalty, it's Elliott. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll try and run some clock now with Elliott. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
A give to Elliott. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line.
61 yards on the ground for him so far.
You can really tell right now both sides have amped up the aggressiveness. That time the offense winning the aggression battle.
And the defense was obviously aiming for the football, maybe a little bit more so than the runner himself, and that's why he was able to break through and get the gain that he did.
Prescott. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's fourth.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Dallas. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Here's Cousins.
Pass complete. It's Hockenson.
And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. They had to get it away from their end zone somewhat, but still a long way to go.
Had to start somewhere. That's probably the best outcome possible.
First down now, but that clock rolling. Cousins to throw.
That is into the hands of Hockenson downfield. Out across the 40-yard line before he's brought down, so a first down and then some.
A really nice gain of 25 yards. This is where, of course, it's good to have a veteran quarterback under center.
You would just be able to put on one of those blood pressure clips, and nothing would be different for him. He's done it many times before, expects to get it accomplished again.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And not all W's are created equal, CD, and this one came in shutout fashion.
Well, their offense certainly didn't need to do anything, right? They could take the day off, and they did. But the defense, they carried them in a big way.
Yeah, look, the offense, obviously stuff to work on, but they did enough, and the defense carried the load.
But you know what they say, it's always fun to work on things. If it didn't go well in your game, with a victory in your pocket. And that's what they've got going forward.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say adios from Mexico City.